First on my list is Memento. It was very slightly hit on this ban list, which makes it arguably the best deck for this event. And it's even better because Max C is banned, and Memento is inherently good against Fiolos. This deck aims to summon monsters that kill themselves to set up your grave, to eventually get to Memento combined creation to be able to play Infusion Summon during both turns to generate amazing advantage, while also ending on great disruption from stealing monsters to destroying cards, while also summoning Guardian Chimera, or linking with the opponent's monsters into Underworld Goddess. You are able to do all this while having cards like Bone Party and Grand Breakout to dodge hand traps and disruptions if you go second. So if you want easy wins, this is your deck. Next we have Shark XYZ. The deck is basically untouched. You'll just be switching out some hand traps for others. So this is basically full power. You're able to set up an amazing board going first, with disruptions ranging from destroying cards to floodgates to good sucks. And a benefit this deck has is having disruption in your back row, so you're able to play through board breakers, while also having room for a lot of hand traps. So this deck is definitely a solid contender in this event. As for Exodia, it did lose some cards because everyone is spamming the Millennium Engine, but it's still consistent enough with solid interruptions, and since the power level is lower, this deck is going to shine. It can go both first and second. Thanks to many hand traps and amazing board breakers, you can set up spell and trap negates, board wipes, special summon negates, and floodgates. And if you go second, you have cards like Lava Golem and many more board breakers to easily win most duels. Not to mention that your Exodia fusion can go up to 8,000 damage just like that for easy OTK after clearing your opponent's board. Exosister, another deck that didn't really lose any of its cards, will be great in this format since the power level is lower. Many decks simply can't deal with double or triple banishes. And since every deck is touching their graveyard, you're able to generate a good amount of advantage during your opponent's turn. This deck is also incredibly consistent thanks to the new 7th Tachyon and 7th Ascension which can search Martha. So time to dust this deck off and try it for this event. And finally, we have Blind Second Sky Striker, which is being used by my opponent. I brought my Exodia deck expecting an easy win, but I got clapped against Sky Striker. Not only was my board easily broken, but Sky Striker generated so much advantage that my deck and many other decks won't be able to keep up with. Sky Striker plays a lot of board breakers, and will consistently draw them thanks to cards like Engage, which can search board breakers then also draw one, while being easy to recycle. So don't be surprised if you see your opponent use Engage 4 times in a single turn like what my opponent did here. Make sure to subscribe if this video helped, join my Discord to chat with a like-minded community, and maybe consider becoming a channel member. Shout out to these amazing people for the great support. Click the link in description to become a member.